Okay, welcome to class. I have a bit of a plan, but based on kind of some things I've heard and just knowing the state of things. Anyone in the US right now, you're heading into busy Thanksgiving weekend. Um, those of us in Canada, not heading into Thanksgiving weekend, but things are ramping up as we march closer to Christmas. So I'm going to start us today with kind of a sloppy side opening, breathing space into the back of the mid back and shoulders. So if you have a bolster, grab a bolster. If you don't have a bolster, a foam roller and or a pillow, and then wrap it in a blanket so it's roundish. Sleeping bag and a stuff sack can work. I'm just going to use foam roller, but this one is soft. So if you have a hard foam roller, be sure to put a blanket or a pillow on it to soften it up a bit. And then I'm just using pressed foam blocks. You can use any kind of blocks and or again throw cushions for your head. So what we're going to start off doing is the roller. Again, if you have a felt pad, you could roll this up small end to small end. So this is going to come down kind of between the low floating ribs and the top of the pelvis, okay? Then you're going to use these guys, some sort of configuration to set up support for the head, that you've got enough that the lower arm can reach through. And then this top arm, you're going to have to play with where you place this. I have a longer waist, so I've got more space there. You might need a smaller roll if you're shorter waisted, because then we want to take this top arm and just place it in front so that we're biasing, rotating and slumping the torso kind of forward. You can play with the propping of the head so that there's space for the shoulder and the neck. And then we're just going to hang out here and breathe. And as you're breathing, you should feel how this kind of biases air moving into the back of the rib cage and behind the heart. And we're not trying to make the breath deeper or longer. Just soften and smooth it out. And I could use another bolster or a pillow. And however you've propped yourself, let it be messy, relaxed, supported. And you want to just have a sense that as you're breathing here, in through the nose and out through the nose, or in through the nose and relaxed out through the mouth, that you feel this space at the back of the rib cage between the shoulder blades, bra strap area, expanding and softening more than belly expanding and softening. Then I'm going to make a slight change, and that is I'm just going to take this bottom arm, slide it out. So then I'm in a bit more of a twist. And again, I'm going to use the blocks to kind of support my chest, and then bring my forehead just to the fist of this hand. Nothing really precise about it, other than I want to feel that I bring some rotation into that thoracic spine. And now the inhale and exhale will feel like it's got a bit more width to it versus depth front to back. And as you're here breathing, just kind of assess, you've got some rotation, and then is there also a sense of extension to the spine or flexion to the spine? And depending which one you note, I feel a bit more extended. So I'm going to keep with this, but I'm going to shift my torso forward a little bit so I'm a bit more rounded for the next few breaths. I'm curled into a fetal position. Okay, with your next exhalation, we're going to press ourselves up, and then we're going to get set up on the other side. Also with this kind of like lazy side bend that we're doing here, don't be afraid to add in additional props. So I might use this guy under a leg here on this side. We'll see what happens. So again, I'm going to start in this more of a floppy kind of side bend here. Eek. So set yourself up. So again, it's kind of a little fetal position-y. We're reaching forward with this top arm. You'll know you're in a okay setup in that you'll feel how the breath moves to the back between the shoulder blades, and there's a front to back depth. And then I could use this guy just underneath the ankle foot of that leg. But again, assess each time you prop something, just notice what that sets up with your breath. Just settling into letting our inhale and our exhale stretch us. Fill the sail that is our torso. Each breath in and each breath out. Okay, following the next exhale, we're gonna lift ourselves up, turn the chest, reposition those blocks to where they work, that you're underneath the chest a little bit. And then using the hands to support the head to come into a bit more of a sloppy side lying with a twist. And you'll notice the repositioning, that there's more a sense of width with the breath in and the breath out of the torso versus depth front to back. And again, notice if the position you come into biases a little bit more extension of the spine or a little bit more flexion. And I'm gonna go for a little bit more flexion here.
And just see with the next few breaths if you can lengthen that exhalation. Maybe even you make a sound with it. Maybe a little ha, 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 ha. Exhale. Ha. See if we can get all the air out. Ha. And then nice slow inhale. As that inhale fills you, you're going to press yourself up. So just a way based on what's been going on, just go, 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 or starting to come into that time of year. Just a way to kind of tap into just settling things down. Not having to be super precise or anything about our alignment, really letting where our breath is moving within our structure set up how we're going to set up in the pose, and choosing your props according to where we're trying to direct that breath. Okay? Oh, it's like a little cat nap. Okay, so we're going to come up and out of that, still staying on the floor. Just going to get rid of the